Do it. Come on.
Welcome to the battlefield. You're watching Wrestling Reality Hub, your front row seat to WWE Mayhem. Subscribe and let's drop kick into the headlines. No one watching Monday Night Raw expected the night to erupt into one of the most dramatic twists in recent WWE storytelling. For months, Liv Morgan poured herself into a complicated partnership with Dominik Mysterio, a partnership she believed she had fought for, sacrificed for, and rebuilt her entire identity around. She stood by him through setbacks, scrutiny, and an entire WWE Universe eager to tear both of them apart. But the moment that unfolded backstage and then spilled into the ring wasn't just surprising. It sent a shockwave through fans, performers, and anyone invested in this storyline's emotional core. Liv Morgan's sacrifice and transformation. Liv Morgan didn't simply pivot her career into a new chapter. She reshaped her entire persona. Once beloved as the resilient underdog, she willingly embraced a darker, more ruthless edge that alienated fans and fractured relationships within the locker room. She leaned into the chaos, supported Dominik at every turn, and stood beside him even when the WWE Universe loudly made it clear they wanted no part of the duo. Her transformation wasn't just a heel turn, it was a dive into the unknown, emotionally and professionally, all because she believed Dominik stood with her, a relationship built on turbulence. The relationship between Liv and Dominik was rocky from the start. What began as a strategic storyline quickly became a complex blend of ambition, emotion, and blurred loyalties. Liv's pursuit created tension between Dominik and Rhea Ripley, breaking apart one of Raw's most dominant power dynamics. The summer saga saw Liv pushing boundaries, playing psychological chess, and slowly drawing Dominik away from the woman who had guided his rise. Whether you supported Liv or not, her commitment was undeniable. She put herself on the line every week, convinced that Dominik believed in her vision, Dominik Mysterio's shift in demeanor. When Dominik walked down the ramp on Raw after Liv called him to the ring, something felt immediately different. Gone was the usual swagger, the trademark smirk that often drew jeers. Instead, he carried the weight of someone with a difficult truth pressing against his chest. Liv moved toward him with genuine emotion, ready to share the spotlight as they often did. But the energy from Dominik was unmistakably distant. It was the look of a man burdened by a decision he had already made, and a decision Liv never saw coming. The heart-stopping confrontation. As Liv tried to understand why Dominik seemed so withdrawn, the tension gripped the arena. Fans could sense the emotional fracture. When Dominik finally spoke, it wasn't with malice or anger, but with a cold clarity that stunned the audience. He revealed that he could no longer continue the relationship with Liv. Not as a partner, not as an ally, and certainly not as someone she could rely on. His words weren't meant to insult or demean. They were delivered with the steady tone of someone who had already shut a door in his heart long before voicing it aloud. The crowd reacted instantly, not with boos rooted in entertainment, but with genuine disbelief at the emotional distance laid bare between them. A decision already made. The announcement that Dominik had filed for divorce earlier that day hit like a thunderclap. It wasn't shouted in anger or thrown into Liv's face as a weapon. It was presented as a finality he had already accepted. The timing was brutal, but intentional. He wanted transparency, even if it meant delivering the news publicly. Liv stood there stunned, not because she hadn't sensed problems, but because she believed their shared struggles had forged something unbreakable. The emotional weight of the moment created one of the rawest reactions we've seen from her. Genuine confusion, heartbreak, and disbelief all at once. The return of Rhea Ripley. Just when the arena reached its peak of tension, the lights shifted and the presence of Rhea Ripley loomed at the top of the ramp. Her return marked a title shift, not a physical confrontation, not an aggressive attack, but a symbolic reclamation of control. Rhea didn't need to speak. Her reappearance alone reframed the entire dynamic. What looked like a betrayal from Dominik now appeared as an overdue course correction, a reunion built not on manipulation, but on unfinished business, and the deep connection the two had forged long before Liv entered the picture, a carefully timed reunion. When Rhea entered the ring and stood beside Dominik, the message wasn't one of mockery or humiliation. It was a clear declaration that their bond, professional or otherwise, still held power. Dominik joining Rhea's side was less about Liv's downfall and more about returning to the path he believed he belonged on. The emotional blow to Liv was undeniable, though. The realization that she had built her recent identity around someone who no longer shared her vision left her completely shaken. The arena became a chorus of mixed reactions: shock, excitement, sympathy, and outrage all blending together. The fallout for Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan now stands at a crossroads unlike any other in her WWE career. This moment, this heartbreak, has the potential to reshape her future storylines in powerful ways. Liv isn't a villain in this moment, nor is she a hero. She's a woman realizing that her investment in someone else left her vulnerable and unprepared for the consequences. Her character has the chance for a redemption arc rooted in emotional recovery, strength, and the rebuilding of her self-worth. Fans who once booed her may now find themselves empathizing with her pain, seeing her not as the instigator of chaos, but as someone learning difficult lessons in real time. Dominik's reinvention as a heel. Dominik Mysterio's decision may frustrate fans who supported Liv, but it solidifies him as a compelling heel with layers far deeper than cheap heat. It's not the betrayal itself that defines him now. It's the emotional complexity. He made a choice he believed was right for his career and personal stability, even knowing it would hurt someone else. This nuance elevates him beyond simple villain tropes, giving Raw a character whose motivations aren't rooted in cruelty, but in conflicted self-preservation. Rhea Ripley's strategic brilliance. Rhea's silent but powerful return demonstrates her unmatched command of timing and presence. She didn't orchestrate humiliation. She reclaimed control of a storyline that had spiraled during her absence. Her reunion with Dominik raises countless new possibilities. Are they rebuilding a partnership, forming a new alliance, or simply closing unfinished chapters? Rhea's complexity ensures fans will be watching closely in the coming weeks, where the story goes from here. This storyline now opens doors across the entire Raw roster. Will Liv pursue revenge? Will she withdraw and rebuild? Will Dominik and Rhea form a stronger alliance than ever before? And how will the rest of the locker room respond to the emotional fallout? The beauty of this moment is its potential for character growth, for unexpected alliances, for emotional storytelling that goes beyond conflicts in the ring. Whatever comes next, one thing is certain. This storyline has captured the attention of the entire WWE Universe, and fans won't be turning away anytime soon.